Bro, he can control animals.
I suppose.
It's like the best power out of them all.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Couldn't they have called it like animal control?
Faturday Omaha.
Eat this.
We are a go
My goodness.
lift off a podcast.
Yeah, and is this like Apollo 4 for this podcast?
Are we taking off?
We've tried to launch several times on this podcast, but
Particularly.
yes, it's true. And the thing is it's been strangely fun because typically, okay, all right, some secret behind the sauce, if you will. As I let people know on the New Year's episode.
I would say the behind the sausage is none of your business.
Oh dear. Well, in the New Year's episode, I had mentioned that we eat at the table and then we don't talk about it until we get to the podcast, right?
Right.
So everything stays all fresh and happy and fun. Well, the other thing is typically we go eat the food and then we go podcast. Like that's the schedule. It didn't quite work out this time. And so there was a little bit of distance in between the time that we ate the food and then we were going to talk about the food. Well, we were going to podcast, and TJ and I are like, hey, it's been a hot minute since we had this pizza. So let's go try this pizza again and refresh our memories. That was a good idea.
That was a good idea.
And then we didn't quite all get together, which is fine. And so Sam was like, hey, before we podcast about this pizza, I need to know about this pizza again.
Again.
So we got more pizza tonight and are talking about it really fresh after we've eaten it.
Like we just ate it like 10 minutes ago.
Like rolling right in here. I guess the only difference is we had the travel time between the restaurant and here.
The travel cool down, if you will.
Yeah.
There's some importance to that, yeah.
There is, and it's like, I don't know what, 20 degrees outside with snow on the ground. So
And wind.
yes.
Water. Heart.
Why'd
With
that
your
dude
powers combined, I am Captain Pizza.
Why'd that poor dude get stuck with heart? I would be so mad. Anyway, so
Bro, he can control animals.
I suppose
It's like the best power out of them all.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Couldn't they have called it like animal control? No, that's kind of weird. Anyway, so all right. Without further ado, then, because there was much ado, some redo, and do again, we're going to talk about Cop's Pizza tonight.
Yeah, Copper.
Yeah.
Copper's Pizza, huh?
COPPS Cop's Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never going to get my pizza, see? I already took it. So, Cop's Pizza, the family that owns it or the people that own it are transplants from KC, right? So, I got to talk to them a little bit after we ate there the first time. And I think most of the staff is from Kansas City. They actually moved up to Omaha to start this place. So, this is not a chain or anything like that. Like, this is their personal creation. They are located at 7204 Jones Street, Omaha, Nebraska. TJ, you want to read the zip code? It's right about here. Yeah.
It's 6811. Oh, do I have to?
You do.
4.
Oh, delicious. You know, the thing is
4.
Sam's got a real smooth voice, but
Oh, yeah.
TJ really had some smoothness on that zip code. That was real good.
It looked like Jif.
So, located exactly at that address, but for the locals of Omaha, it's right next to Nebraska Furniture Mart in a former Smash Burger location.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah. So,
Not a fan.
Smash Burger.
Smash Burger, yeah.
Got you. Yeah, they're much better local burger spots, no question. But yeah, so you walk in the restaurant and it looks much like a Smash Burger because it was a Smash Burger.
True.
And frankly, yeah, that's cool.
It works.
Yeah, you're gonna buy a place. It's nice and clean, and I know they had to do some work on the background. I think in the kitchen area, they said they had to do some work under the pizza ovens, like some tiles were cracked or something like that. So they had to put in some elbow grease to make this thing work. But hey, why don't you keep the restaurant decorations and just make it your own? And I think they kind of did that. Red booths, a few half tables. Yeah, I think there's an extra U when I say that. Booths.
There's a Z in there definitely, too.
For sure. The menu's up behind the counter to order, and they have a pretty spacious dining room. I don't think we really had any problem finding a spot to sit. And I definitely didn't have a problem finding a spot to sit with my takeout this evening that was coming to the podcast. So, hey, it's all good there. Anyway, seating is good. There's lots of places to sit. Bring your family. Get some food.
Let's talk about one other important thing, Dave.
Oh, okay.
They've got iced tea.
Yes. Check in the box.
Yeah, check in the box there. I appreciate that Cop's Pizza for having an iced tea option. Not enough places do, surprisingly, which is
Strangely
weird to me.
even.
But that's a feather in your cap. Don't you go changing that iced tea.
Sounds good. All right, so we all got a whole bunch of pizzas actually, and we did some Sharons on these pizzas. Although none of us is named
I'll
Sharon.
say, who's Sharon?
Yeah, I know. The voice of Faturday Omaha did attend food with us on the first go round, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I have to give Cops a shout out right here as well. So the voice of Faturday Omaha also does not do dairy. All right, so she needs some lactose-free options or lactose-low options. So I got a hold of Cops before we went there and said, hey, because they have a pizza that has mixed cheeses, and cheddar is a very low lactose cheese. It's a hard cheese. Here comes your health information from Faturday Omaha.
Science.
Yes. So I said, hey, can you make a pizza with just cheddar? And they're like, well, we don't have just cheddar. It's just the mixed cheese. But let me check. I kid you not. They ordered cheddar cheese just for her pizza for that evening.
Ordered.
And it wasn't like, oh, this is Dave from Faturday Omaha, and we're going to come in and podcast about your place. I just hit him up, and I was like, hey, we're going to come out for dinner on Saturday. Can you do this? And they did, and they delivered, and they made her own pizza with cheese they ordered for her. So thank you, Cops.
That's wild.
Yes, that's customer service point number one. So, all right.
Also, my takeaway from the health food information on Faturday Omaha is cheddar cheese is a health food. Faturday Omaha tip.
Correct. At least in my opinion. In my opinion. So
Can we put cheddar cheese on an avocado?
yeah, I think we could. I think
Okay.
we could. I don't see why not. I bet if we smashed it and put
And
it
then on
some
top of
bread or
that, can we have some guasacaca?
something. Perfect.
All right.
So we did get an appetizer. If you guys will think way back here.
Way back.
I will refresh your memory. They were the pretzel bites. Here they
Way
are,
back.
gentlemen. So you can look at here. Tiny.
Now, the thing about the pretzel bites is, though, I do remember them.
Excellent.
Because they remind me of little basketballs.
They are, in fact, or even little baseballs. Because if you kind of look at them, it almost looks like they had the difference
pattern.
that U-shaped pattern
That's
on a
what
baseball.
I meant softballs. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. So these are small pretzel-y softballs, soft softballs with a side of nacho cheese, a dipping sauce.
With the pretzel-y flavor.
Do you remember eating these as they were so long ago?
I do.
What did
because
you-
this was actually a high note in
Oh.
my evening.
Interesting.
They were soft.
Yes.
They were delicious. They were
Yes.
pretzel-y.
Yes.
The cheese sauce on point. They were also buttery glaze type thing.
They were shiny.
Not heavily salted on the top, which was good.
Yes.
I love these things. I actually kind of wanted a second basket after I had them because I'm a sucker for pretzel flavored things that are soft.
Yes.
Pretzel flavored things that are crunchy, not so much.
Not so much. That's fair. And yeah, the bun leather, if that can be transferred over to pretzel bites, was good.
It's wrapped in bun leather.
It is bun leather, but yeah, you're right. They
Yes.
were soft in the middle, and I do remember them being very tasty with a slight sweetness, not any type of sugary sweetness, but as far as breads go, maybe just a hint, if I remember correctly. TJ, do you want to recall back to the pretzel bites at all?
Oh, I do.
Recall
they
back.
looked good, but I didn't get any.
Oh, you didn't get? Did Sam and I just eat them all?
Well, that and I think the bulk of them, if I remember correctly, went to the said voice of Faturday Omaha.
That is
due
true.
To it was one of the few things that she would be able to eat.
That's right.
So I'm
Be-
like,
That's
I'm
fair.
not
Yes,
about
because
it.
she had the personal pizza, and then the pretzel bites were her appetizer choice. So fair enough. Okay, so shall we talk about the next thing, which would be the pizza?
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, we
Because
went there for
I happen to
pizza.
have some cheese bread on here.
Wait a minute, we did have cheese bread. TJ, tell us about that cheese bread that you had.
Let's go back.
Well, I'm going to pull up the documentation as
Oh.
it is now because I did take fairly, well, not extensive notes, but extensive enough to have an idea. And what I have down here is not a ton of cheese, but definitely enough to earn the name rich, buttery, varsity.
Oh, in relation to Varsity Roman coin cheese bread.
Correct. Yes, it is very similar, and that is one of the highest compliments I have to give, actually. I really liked this cheese bread. I could have used a teeny tiny bit more cheese on there, maybe, but I was not disappointed in what there was. And again, rich and buttery, nice kind of chewiness to the crust just a little bit.
Toothsome.
It was indeed toothsome.
Was it also a good example of itself?
I believe so.
We're just knocking them out the box here. We're in fine form tonight,
This is
gentlemen.
good.
If
But
only
did
we
you
had
like
something
it?
that was worthy.
No, not yet.
But did you like it?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's high.
It was good. It was one of the high points of the meal to me, for actually.
If I remember correctly, I enjoyed it as well. That is not. When you said we had cheese bread, I was like, we did? And then when he was describing it, I'm like,
Like we
oh,
did.
yeah, we did.
Yeah. So
I remember not being displeased with it. I can tell you that.
Correct.
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yes, same here. I would say where Varsity Roman Coin kind of does a pretty epic cheese bread with like 9 pounds of cheese and garlicky stuff. But yes, I remember liking it as well. And again, to our podcast listening audience, we had that cheese bread quite a long time ago. So I think TJ's notes will be good documentation here. I'm glad you took those at the time to relate their buttery, rich varsityness.
Indeed.
I think it's back in the summer of '65
Oh yeah, for sure.
when we had that cheese bread.
Oh man, that was a good summer. That was good. I think I bought my first 6-string then.
Yeah.
Of cheese. So, all right. So let's migrate over to some of the pizza we had. I want to start with the supreme type pizza.
I'll kick this off.
Please do.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the pizza audience, this was just a pizza. There was nothing Super Bowl. I just combined remarkable and super together and made up Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
So there's nothing Super Bowl about this pizza. When you're expecting the flavors of a combination and or a supreme, you're getting these things. It's
Yes.
just an example of what a supreme or combination pizza should be. Nothing is kicking you in the face about excitement. Nothing is kicking you in the face about, man, this is a top tier Mangia combination type pizza. Did I hate it? Did I find it displeasing? No, because it was
A supreme pizza.
a supreme pizza.
Yeah.
I kind of want to. I guess I could talk about crust now, but the crust is pretty unanimous across the board. It is not a thin crust. It's not a pan style. It's somewhere in the middle. Isn't that what's the name for that?
Well, it is a maybe like a hand tossed type.
Hand-tossed.
Thank
you.
I guess I don't know, TJ. Maybe you can relay some science on there, but it is not a cracker thin crust. It is not a pan crust. It is somewhere in between. A good chew to the crust throughout, I
Yes.
believe, which that carried through the pizzas that we had this evening because I was really focusing on some of that crust because I honestly prefer either a thin crust or more New York style. Those are my
Your
favorites.
foldables.
Yeah, either my foldables or my thin crust, just trending cracker thin, one of the two, or the ever popular deep dish. But I would say on the whole, like Noli's Paisans Virtuoso, that type of slice, or the like a real thin crust are probably my favorites. So, but to each their own on crust. So, what I did like about it is it was nice and chewy. It was not brittle or anything like, because sometimes you get one that's just baked so hard and you're like, and like this was not that. This was totally nice and chewy, good brown edge on it. And the other thing was it was not uniform all the way along the edge, which I really liked. I looked at that pizza and I'm like, oh, there's some edges. Like some of this crust looks even a little better because it's just kind of wiggly at the edge, and I kind of like that where it's just not a perfect circle. It like it was cut with some type of tool. So that's I like that. I like that.
Here's what I didn't like about the crust: lack of pizza grip.
It was a small pizza grip.
I like a little bit of breadstick at the end of my pizza, if you will.
I could see that.
On
Sure.
that on the normal type of pie where you're getting that, we'll say hand tossed version of a pizza, I like to have a little speed bump.
Yes.
of pizza grip at the end.
Yeah.
This goes out flat pretty much.
That's
It's
true.
from one end to the other, the same elevation of pizza, if you will.
Like a topographical map of this pizza would not show much difference in elevation.
This pizza does not say slow down, you're coming to the end. It just says keep on cruising, bud.
Like you don't need to downshift or anything on this
Nah,
pizza.
and I want that moment of caution, that moment of slow down, bud. You're getting into pizza grip territory. Didn't get that.
That's real fair.
For not having a spiced crust, if you will.
Yeah.
A lot of ones have seasonings at the end or butter or whatever. It's actually a solid tasting pizza dough, if you will. I like it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I eat it.
Yeah.
But I just want something a little extra, a little notch. I want to cruise across the pizza top, and I want to have to slow it down.
Yeah.
I want to know that bump is coming. Like, man,
Okay.
you're gonna have to work at this end, bud. You have to work. You've been cruising in Pizza Town. Now you're going uphill.
Like if you're one of those people that leaves the crust behind and then like you'd swoop in and like pick it up, you couldn't do it here.
I'm that guy.
Okay. All right. You would swoop in.
Oh yeah.
All right. Like crust vultures.
Right. But there's a redeeming crust factor on our next pizzas that we'll talk about.
I like this. Ooh.
TJ, how do you feel about the Supreme?
We're going to go to the notes. I have basically what you do. Supreme is fairly standard. Like the larger chunks of mushrooms was kind of nice. That was really the only outstanding factor. And this one, stay tuned for the next two pizzas. This one was a little bit doughy. I think it's just because of all the toppings on there, and most of them are vegetal, so it was just a little teeny tiny bit wet, but not problematically so.
Did you have any other things you wanted to say on the Supreme?
No, I'm good in the Supreme. Like I said, it was as said Supreme,
Supreme
pizza, but
pizza.
not a Hallmark. Where
It was a Supreme pizza, but not Supreme.
There you go. Gotcha.
Okay.
So okay.
Let's move on to another pizza.
All right, I want a little. As you're talking about speed bumps and we're on a road here, I need some guidance from you, Sam.
All right.
Would you like to go to the one that rhymes with pork, or the one that rhymes with burnt? Where do you want to go?
The one that rhymes with burnt.
The one that rhymes with burnt. The pizza that rhymes with burnt was the burnt ends pizza.
That does rhyme. It's an exact rhyme.
Now, I will tell you that looking at the social media commentary about cops, the burnt ends pizza comes up a lot. This pizza is kind of unique. I don't know if I've ever seen a burnt ends pizza anywhere, frankly. So, yeah. Now, I will tell you that, Cops has been getting quite the following. Our pizza that we got tonight is several weeks from when we got the first one. So I want to talk a little bit about the toppings on the one tonight.
Do you have the science on that, sir?
Well, see, the thing is with this pizza is apparently documented science is a difficult thing because the pizza's not on the menu. So you just kind of got to know. But the pizza itself, so burnt ends, like chopped pieces of burnt end pork,
Yeah.
small pieces of bacon,
Oh, my goodness.
onion,
Okay.
cheese,
Yeah.
sauce,
Yeah.
and a barbecue drizzle swirl
What?
whoop, whoop, around the pizza.
Did you just whoop me?
Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, maybe swoosh around the pizza. There you go. So the one we had tonight, I thought had really good sized burnt end pieces. Almost a half to 2/3 of a pepperoni diameter, a standard military issue pepperoni.
A quarter size? Quarter? Like a little quarter?
Yes, about the size of a quarter. Yes, absolutely.
go.
The bacon pieces definitely
Not a full pepperoni medallion.
not one you could hang around your neck in any way.
Right.
You
Nestle
can't
in your
tell
chest
about
hair?
You can't tell them about a standard issue pepperoni. Not everyone has served in the pizza army.
Oh, that's true.
Well, I was making an assumption. I'm sorry about that.
So, barbecue drizzle on there. Crust is same throughout, but this is a unique pizza to Cops, and so one of the reasons that we're actually coming down here in the first place to give this place a shot, besides the fact that it's new, but here's a unique pizza. It's not a standard. It's not the Supreme. It's so not on the typical menu. It's not even on this menu.
Right? It's not even on the menu that the menu it's on.
Right.
Think about it.
But they're on it. So let us trend into this pizza. Sam, would you like to lead it off?
Here's the thing, Dave.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Tell me.
This is an exciting pizza.
Ooh.
These flavor combinations on melty cheese with barbecue whoop whoop, as you like to put it.
BBQ whoop whoop.
Yes. Delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. I never knew I wanted burnt ends on pizza until today. It's much like things I get served at, Abe's Burgers. I didn't know I wanted certain things until they were invented. Now I love this pizza. It's delicious. The only hang-ups are the same hang-ups with their base. The crust is a little crust type thing. But the barbecue drizzle happens to slide off the plane of the crust. So I mean, it's out there. It gives the crust a extra little oomph, if you will.
Yeah, a little
they're,
moist.
they're,
Oh,
they're
I
little
see.
channels and ravines of barbecue on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Little tributaries, if you will.
Yes.
So I mean, that makes that fun. It's delicious. I look forward to eating it every time. The 3 times that we've tried to eat there, to get it again. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get that.
So
burnt ends
a
pizza.
must. Yeah. All right. TJ, how did you feel about the burnt ends? He said.
Well, once again, I'm going to go to the notes. My main thing is I liked it. I'm going to say that up front because now I'm going to say this isn't a burnt ends pizza, not from where I'm standing.
Oh.
No, it is a pork roast pizza. It's a good pork roast pizza. It's definitely the ends of the pork roast, but it doesn't taste like barbecue burnt ends to me. It's tasty, slightly crispy pork roast more so than like a smoked, pork
right.
item like you'd get at a barbecue joint. Mm-hmm. That just so happens to have barbecue sauce on it. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, I'm just splitting hairs here. I really enjoyed it. I don't have that many hairs to split. I know
You should be pulling pork,
indeed.
not splitting hairs.
I'm just pulling pork here.
And you don't split pork, you
that's-
pull it.
We're keeping that term. Have on in the notes. Love the cut onions.
They're kind of like you get the rings. You got the ring onion.
Almost
They
like
kind of
a quarter or
cut
half a
them
ring.
in
I was
little quarter slices.
Yep.
Whatever that was, I was pleased with it. I think because I could actually
Quarter
taste
rounds.
them and enjoy them.
I agree. In fact, because I bumped into the onions and they were just the perfect onion size.
That'd be a short round of onion.
No
Short
time.
round.
No time for love.
Chow chi, lao tzu salsa. He said, "Hold on, lady, we eating pizza."
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna top that with anything in this review.
Man, it's
We're topping things all over the place too. You'd think I'd be able to.
Well, you got to because stuff on pizza. Top it.
It's so true. It's so true. So yeah, I like the onion slice here.
But yeah, I've got not evocative of barbecue beyond the sauce,
What?
which is
Evocative.
evocative doesn't make me feel like I'm at a barbecue
Pro-
joint that just so happened to put
provocative?
stuff provocative of barbecue.
Yeah.
The barbecue's going to get up and punch me.
That's what I thought.
It's not evoking a barbecue restaurant, hence the
Yeah,
evocation.
it doesn't make me think.
I know it's
barbecue.
not provocative. It's provocative, but I was like, "You're just evocative. You're not pro."
And I just
I'm evocative. It's from the future of the 90s.
Okay.
and I just said evocation, and you missed it.
I chose to let it slide.
Fair enough. All right.
Much
pretty
like
good,
when you're riding the pizza and there's no speed bump, you chose to slide.
It
Dude, with all those
It
tributaries.
all comes together.
does full circle. Oh, carry on, sir.
Oh, no.
Like a pizza.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, full circle or a slice thereof.
I know, but I wasn't around for when we talked about that earlier. Wow.
Ouch.
Oh,
So I've had this pizza twice now. The second time, not quite as excited about it, but still good. The first time, I think the pork was a little bit more crisp on the outside. And again, in the notes, I have call it the Cracklins pizza because it was kind of like having cracklins on top of a pizza with barbecue sauce. And that
Now,
was
for
my
those
fun.
uninitiated, what are cracklins?
That's the fatty bits, almost entirely fat, of the pork, cooked until they're crackling. Usually real hot.
snap, crackling, and pop.
I've heard that used for pork rinds as well, but actual homemade cracklins, so far as I've had them, are the real fatty bits of the pork cooked real hot till they're real crisp. Ooh. And these were super hot. These were pretty close there. I would definitely go for it under that name. I don't feel like it's burnt ends again, but did I like it? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm kind of on that same tip. I didn't quite get the quite the burnt ends feel. It's trending that way, but yeah, just big, pork roasty pieces, but kind of had a darker color to them too. It wasn't like, oh, I just roasted this pork and sliced it on here.
So it should have been a charred pork pizza.
Charred pork, ooh yeah, but with the barbecue sauce on there, that's the win, man. Like you said with that crust, that's a win. I like the barbecue sauce drizzle on there because when you get that with the cheese and the pork and that's all mixed on the same thing, that's a tasty bite.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I think you nailed it there. It's a fun, creative pizza. I enjoyed eating it. I actually liked my pizza we had this evening better than the first one because I feel that the pieces of pork were larger on this one, and I like seeing those big chunks on there. I want that. Gentlemen, that leaves us with one pizza to go, I believe. Yes?
Yes.
So the last pizza actually has a more fun title.
You need to bow in its presence.
It's true because the pizza is
the Porkmaster.
So the Porkmaster, Sam, can you pull up the science on this one, please?
The Porkmaster is as follows. A thick layer of our signature cream cheese, topped with Canadian bacon, pepperoni, and crispy bacon.
This was all just a ploy to get Dave to eat cream cheese.
Yes.
I do believe that this particular pizza also has their standard house sauce on it, in addition to the cream cheese and
The hot Korean barbecue sauce or whatever.
gochujang sauce.
Yeah, thank you. Go to Chang's.
The Porkmaster brings his gochujang sauce for the pizza only.
Go to Chang.
So,
Who's Chang? And why do I have to see him?
well,
Why am I going there?
because he knows the Porkmaster. And you have to first make good with gochujang before he'll introduce you to the Porkmaster.
Okay. I think I did that. I just wasn't aware.
Who's the pork keeper?
Vince Clortho.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Fine.
This is good. So a whole bunch of stuff on this pizza with a similar drizzle to the barbecue sauce on the burnt ends, except this is the gochujang sauce.
Here is where life gets even more exciting.
Oh, does it?
Now, when we had this pizza originally, I loved this pizza. The gochujang sauce was enough of a spice profile where it wasn't hot, but you knew there was spice there. It also has that sweet taste to it.
It does.
And then you've got crispy bacon, which I love.
Yes.
I love crispy bacon.
You do. It's been documented
bacon, I love.
many times. Yes.
And then you've got creme chese. I also love creme chese.
I usually do not, but we'll get
To
there.
layman's, that's cream cheese.
Creme chassis.
But I am of a higher caliber when it comes to the creme chese.
You are.
These flavor combinations, gentlemen, might be one of my all-time favorite flavor combinations.
Oh my gosh.
I really love this pizza. When I ate it again, I'm like, wow, I really missed this. I want more of it in my life.
yeah.
I really liked it.
That's
a lot.
nice.
It was my favorite pizza of the three that we had. I would probably go there strictly just for that pizza.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited to have it again.
I like that.
I loved it a lot.
This, too, was my favorite of all the pizzas we had. I came here for the burnt ends, but man, I took the Porkmaster home with me.
Gochujang.
Yes, with his buddy gochujang. I agree. That sauce on top, and maybe that's what's it. Like you nailed it on that crust. That sauce gets in there with the whole thing, and all of a sudden you've got just enough heat to let you know it's alive. You've got a little sweet to let you know that it's nice, and that combines with all the meats and the cheeses on this crust, and that makes a dang good slice of pizza, man. That's good stuff.
Swimming
Yeah.
in creme chese.
Yeah, and there is that. I ate slices of pizza with
Creme chese.
on it.
Quote,
over and
thick
over.
layer, no less.
Yes, here's where I think it works for me. So, faithful listeners of the podcast,
Because of gochujang.
that may be it. Actually, is that? But it has been described as providing kind of a savory layer down on the bottom of the pizza or whatever. It does that. It's good, and because I think it's spread thin enough where I'm not getting big dollops of cream cheese, it works for me. I am okay with the cream cheese. I would not remove the cream cheese from this pizza ever. Ever.
Wow. We're turning over leaves here today. We are learning about ourselves.
We are. We are. TJ,
In year 2, we are learning still
we are.
about ourselves.
Yes, this here in the 2020s. Tej, how was your vision on this pizza?
I can't add a darn thing to what you guys just said. TJ does not have further analysis, both because I only remember it so well, and because notes say, Porkmaster, perfect balance, good bacon and Canadian bacon for the purpose, enough barbecue drizzle without going overboard, love the slight heat against the sweet. This was also my favorite pizza of the bunch easily. I have ordered it now all 3 times. Some notes when we get to the wrap-up on the difference with takeout. It wasn't quite this time around, but regardless, that the cream cheese sauce, or covering, smattering, smearing, schmear? Anyway,
Schmear. I like schmear.
Schmear.
of cream cheese on the pizzas. There's a number of places where if that was my only sauce, I would find it a little bland, but it is the perfect counterpoint to that gochujang. And the gochujang makes that pizza.
He knows the Porkmaster.
It's just ridiculously good. It's balanced correctly, even with all the different ingredients. Everything was cooked to perfection when we had it. I have not thrown in on the crust yet, so I'm going to now. It was crisp on the bottom, and it's got that nice chew to it. I normally like extremes, either real thin or real thick for my pizza crust. This is one of the in-betweeners, but so help me. I'm going to crave this crust on occasion. There's going to be that time when I just need specifically this. Now, mind you, Varsity fills a similar role. They're in similar weight classes as a crust. I think this might be done just a teeny tiny bit better and is more readily accessible to me as well. So this pizza I will return for again and again.
That's real nice.
Wow.
So all three of us like that pizza
The best.
the best.
that's
And
numero uno.
after, what's so funny is after the 2 or 3 visits, after all this time, we've been waiting to find out what the deal is, and there it is. We actually all like the same pizza, and it wasn't the one we came for, which was good, but this was better.
Fat united we stand.
Oh, so true, so true. Well, Sam,
Okay.
what happens now?
Well, now we sum this bad boy up.
Woo.
We take these 3 pizzas. We put them through the pizza ringer like this. We're double dare, and we had our 8 challenges at the end. We're putting it through the ringer. We're sliding down the slide with the sundaes, and we're picking the nose. All right. So we're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about our tummies. We're going to talk about our wallets, and we're going to talk about the tastes of taste.
Yeah.
How do we feel about these 3 things? I'm going to start because I've been starting all night. So why disrupt the flow now? How do I feel about what I've spent?
How do you?
I feel okay. I had to think about it for a minute. I was teetering on the side of expensive, but then I'm thinking like, well, other pizza places that are mom and pop shops, not Papa John's, not Domino's, not those things, but places that care about their pizza, who put their name on the line, who deserve that $1 more, that $1.15 more because they're trying. Mm-hmm. I am with it. I think these are good prices for these unique items. Would I go back to combination? Probably not. Would I go back to burnt ends? Would I go back to Go See Chang
And see the Porkmaster?
and see the Porkmaster? I would. These prices are good. These prices are fair. I'm a happy man.
I like that. Tej?
I'm just about in the same boat. Yeah, they're a little pricey, but pizza in general seems to be. It's always just a little bit more than I think it ought to be. And you did Sam make the chain pizza place comparison. They're pretty standard for what you're getting. They're not much more than a chain place would be, and they're very much in line with a mom and pop. And they definitely have. They don't benefit from the economy of scale like a Pizza Hut or whatever would, and they're bringing all these different ingredients quite literally to the table. I can see where it's going to cost me a couple of dollars more, and it makes sense. My wallet is happy.
Cool. I did some little bit of research on other pizza places when we left too, to just kind of get a mark on here, because the specialty pizzas, the 12-inchers were running for the specialties are about $15.99. Was the Porkmaster, the burn ends was $16.99. Although two times we've gone, the very, very first time, we actually had there was a very special deal Cops was doing where you could buy a gift certificate and like it was buy one, get one free. So we got a good value there. And there's another coupon this evening, but the raw price there, I am good with this. I'm decent with this. It's like you said, Sam, it's kind of standard pizza pricing. So I am decent here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the taste here.
Yeah.
Did we like the flavor combinations? Did we get the old KO in the mouth? Did we get, or did we stand back up after a 1? It's like, it was just a simple shove. We're fine. Here, again, I'm going to echo my same sentiments from earlier. I'm not a big fan of the combination. It's just kind of combination.
Oh, the Supreme. Yeah.
Supreme combination, what have you. Where are you from? Chicago, Midwest? Supreme combination? It's whatever.
I got you.
Doesn't matter because it's not the high point here. The high point here are these 2 unique oddball creations, these works of arts, these weird combinations of flavor I didn't know I needed until I had them on a pizza slice. These things were tasty. I was excited to eat more. I wanted to shove the entire pizza on my face and just lick it off. I'm excited. I enjoy the taste on those 2 pies. But the combination, meh. So I'm gonna say yes. I pushed myself. Yes.
Okay.
The taste is here.
I like that. Yeah. Especially because you know which pizzas to order now. So there you go. Teach?
I'm thumbs up on the taste. The Supreme was the Supreme, as Sam said, and the specialty pizzas are delicious. The pretzel bites, I'm told, were delicious. They looked so good. Cheese bread was also delicious. Everything from pizza to sauce, anything they had a unique spin on, like their ranch is a real dill-heavy thing that I think they make in-house. They have a house sauce. Pretty much everything they got that is their own is mighty fine. Thumbs up.
With the pretzel bites, cheese bread, the gochujang Porkmaster pizza, the burnt ends, I gotta go thumbs up here too. These are, especially those two pizzas, are unique flavors, and they're darn tasty flavors. And I ate a whole, slice or two with cream cheese on it and gochujang sauce and all these crazy things like that just happened, and it was good. Thumbs up from me.
Moving on to the final category. How do we feel about our stomachs? Now, we need to preface this that this is separate eating events at 3 different times.
Yes.
We ate there originally. We had a lot of pie.
Yeah, we did.
Lots of
a
pie.
lot of pie.
I did find myself getting bored of eating, period. So, I think you can only eat so much pizza. You're like,
Yes.
you know what? I'm tired of eating pizza now.
Yes.
No matter how tasty it is, no matter if it's Mangia, no matter if it's Pudgy's, no matter if it's Cops. Eventually, pizza starts to wear on you. Pizza fatigue is real. Okay?
Yes.
So I did eat a lot of pizza because I can smash on some pizza. No
Yeah,
lie.
you can.
Did I go to Hurt Town? Did I get to kill Meopolis? Did I get to smash me in the face with a meteorite? No, because I know when to tap the brakes. I'm in a good place land, and I'm staring off in the distance like, yeah, there's Hurt Town. We're not going there. We're parking here. We're good.
You knew exactly where to park.
Yeah, but I think if you want to smash and just kill yourself on pizza, you can. I'm just gonna say decent because I don't want to false sell anything or any type of weird ideologies that might not be there. But yeah, we're okay.
Okay.
We're okay.
All right. Teach?
Same.
Pizza, like you said, Sam, you just kind of pace yourself. You know what to do with pizza. You're a responsible pizza driver. That's where I'm at too. I am. The full factor here is the same as probably every other pizza everywhere because you just eat enough slices to where you're at.
Here's the
That's just
thing.
where it is. So yeah.
Some chump on the street may look at me like, you're not going to finish all that pizza? I'm going to look at him and say, back off, man. I'm a scientist.
So I have to go decent thumbs up, but that would be my thing across the board for every pizza unless it's just a destructively large, deep dish or something like that. So definitely the same as any other pizza restaurant. Regulate your fullness, people. Do it.
Be a smart pizza consumer.
Yeah.
All right, Fat Life, gentlemen. This is just a fun anecdote that we throw in afterward. How often would we like to repeat a visit to Cops Pizza? I would throw this in a rotation somewhere. I'd probably throw this quarterly. I think every 3 months is good.
Every 3 months is good. TJ?
Monthly to quarterly, yeah. I find myself not wanting pizza that often of late, which is going to be part of the factor, but as often as most other pizza places, yeah. Well, anything that sits on the pizza plateau.
Yes.
So I think
with all the other good
1 to
pizzas.
3 months it would be about right for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably in that same type of area. I actually see myself where they would fit is like, I need pizza lunch. I'm over here. I'm gonna stop and get this pizza lunch or something along those lines. I don't know. I'll go for quarterly. That'll be my math that I'll put on there. Quarterly.
All right. So that moves us to sum it all up into one dastardly little package that we call the Frampton. Dave, tell them about the Frampton.
Well, the Frampton, Sam, is our Faturday Omaha overall scale for this restaurant. The thing is with the Frampton is it's a special honor, much like a Michelin star for your restaurant, and appearing anywhere on the scale is a good thing. The scale runs from 0 to 5, so if you appear on it even at a 0.5, that is a good thing, people. Don't worry if you get a 0.5 for your pizza or your burger or your steak or whatever, that's good. If you get a 5, that's even better. So anywhere on here is good. And Sam, you also like to have a way to describe the scale that I do love, and that is
Well, the thing is, like, a big weight on my scale of food is, would this be a place I'd want to take someone out of town that comes to Omaha and says, hey, take me to someplace unique. Take me to someplace I'll remember. Take me someplace I'll go back home and tell my friends and family about and be like, hey, when you go to Omaha, try this place. Like, oh, okay, that's a Frampton. Yes, that is a Frampton in my opinion. So, with that being said, we'll start off with me. I'm going to say, I thought about this long and hard and long. I've had multiple sessions to think about this repeatedly. I almost didn't want to put him on the scale. I was at a nothing because my issue here is the one trick, or be it two trick pony that I've had. The Porkmaster and the Burnt Ends Pizza are delicious. They are great. They are wonderful. These are items I would visit. But compare that to the Supreme, the combination. I was bored with the Supreme. I was bored with the combination. I had slices of it because we paid for it. I would have gladly quit eating it if we didn't pay for it. I would have been like, that can get the shaft. So with that being said, I'm giving it a 0.5. If it had other cool, crazy flavor combinations that were to knock my socks off, that were to be out of left field, that were to be like, I didn't know I needed that in my life until now, that number could exponentially grow. It could easily be a 3 or a 4 if it had 5 or 6 crazy pies. Easily. But you got 2. 2 delicious pies. 2 delicious pies I would gladly eat anytime. Therefore, you do get a mark. You do get on the scale. 0.5 from me.
I'm going to work on the tail end of yours there, Sam, just a little bit, because I've had a third type of pizza. Well, fourth now that we haven't spoken of. It is somewhat similar to the others, the Meat Lovers Pizza. Had it a couple of times now, and it's on par with the others. I actually ordered it this time instead of Burnt Ends. So I suspect, especially I've heard good things about the wings, and the wings look good. They got the cheese bread. They have a few unique things that we know about, and a fair amount of menu we haven't tried yet. So I suspect that in future, after we've not been reviewing but actually trying a few different things, that this number will go up. For now, it is a 1. But I strongly suspect if I go off my projected Frampton scale, it's a 2.5. But TJ gives it a 1 on this review.
strangely enough, gentlemen, I've been in the same camp. So I was like, is it on the scale? Is it not on the scale? Sam, your item of would I bring somebody here and would they remember this place? Like I said, it really does mean something to me, and sometimes it can affect things in an adverse way. It's like, man, would I take somebody here and would they remember it or whatever? So I've got to say, I think they would. If you give somebody the Porkmaster pizza, it's got a fun name. It's got the gochujang sauce. It's got cream cheese on it. It's weird and it's tasty and it's delicious. And the Burnt Ends the same way. So I gotta say it does rank as well. I think I am also going to give it a 0.5 today. So it is indeed on the Frampton scale. So an official Faturday Omaha seal of approval for Kopp's Pizza across the board from the three of us. I really enjoyed those 2 pizzas. I think, TJ, I think we had a Meat Lovers at one other juncture. I believe that was tasty as well. So those 3 pizzas would be my recommendation. Like I said, TJ, we haven't tried the wings yet. We haven't tried the milkshakes yet. The pretzel bites were good. There's a lot of good choices here. And my heavens, A triple plus for customer service around the board.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we had the whole thing with them ordering the cheese for the voice of Faturday Omaha. They, like I said, we didn't tell them that this was the podcast coming. It's just like, we're coming in for dinner. They took care of us. When we were waiting for everything to appear, one of the staff was there telling us about the history of the restaurant, answering all of our questions. I've seen kind of some of the feedback on social media, kind of the same way. So, wow, that's a great component too. It's a nice place to eat. So delicious. And you two kind of projected a trajectory, if you will. Kopp's is pretty new. And you're saying, what happens when they go in the future? I've been holding out on you guys for quite some time. You had both left, and I was still there. And I believe it was the owner, brought me out Another pizza that wasn't on the menu.
Scandalous.
It's a stuffed crust pizza. There's like cheese between the layers of the pizza deck, not the pizza grip, but like crust with cheese and crust, and then like toppings and stuff. I want that pizza again, please. Put it on the menu. Or like, I don't know, hit up Faturday Omaha on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email us at FaturdayOmaha@gmail.com and be like, hey, come down here and try this pizza again. I want that pizza again. That is a Frampton sparking pizza right there. Stuffed pizza.
Interesting.
So there you go. There it is.
TJ, you got a pro tip for them out there before we go?
Yeah, as we have often said, eat in. Doing the takeout this time around, it did that thing that pizza does when you transport it over distances and it steamed a little bit. You know, the crust kind of softened up and all that kind of thing. It was still good, but it doesn't hold up as well as some would to travel. Definitely tasty eat in. If you are going to order out, that gochujang sauce is a lifesaver. It really is. That the whole the toppings and the balance thereof and that little bit of spiciness seems to offset the changes just a little bit. So the gochujang, the Porkmaster, was still mighty fine. So something with a little bit of spice, and don't depend on the crispness of that crust if you're getting takeout.
Pizza, always eat in the first time around. Get takeout after that.
Yep.
There you
So
go.
you know what it's like.
Super pro tip.
Just just have a Porkmaster. That's all I can say in
Please
closing.
do. Absolutely. And you know what I'll say in closing?
I had spent years of my young life in search of the location. Countless hours of research and scraping conspiracy sites claiming to have the information I was seeking. I found pictures of a small village buried where satellites couldn't penetrate. Tales of a man that held legendary powers bestowed by smoke and fire itself. But what caused me to sell all of my possessions and travel to the other side of the world was a hand-scrawled note that appeared under my door with a single greasy fingerprint that simply said, "He is waiting, and now your training begins." It was time to find the Porkmaster. The plane landed on a remote island, far from the mainland, and then promptly left. Left a young, idealistic kid alone and naive in search of his new master. Well, here I am, alone and naive and in search of a new master, a man with mythical powers that may not even exist. I guess I better try to find a village in the photo. After walking for what seemed like ages, and just when I was going to give up, I heard people fighting and ran to see if it was the man I was seeking. Hey, you over there. Are you the man I'm seeking? You've got such a spicy fighting style. Are you the Porkmaster? Haha, no, kid. The name's Gochujang, and if you think you can handle meeting the mystical energies in person, then you can follow me. He led me into a cave that smelled vaguely of pepperoni and bacon. All the while, Gochujang assured me that all would be fine. It'll all be fine. He kept saying that, but I didn't believe him, and as the cave got mistier, I began to really wonder if this was the right decision. Hey, Gochujang, I wonder, is this really the right decision? Then at the end, I saw a light. We broke through the curtain of mist, and it led into a vaulted room. And the sound changed. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever heard. Like a million voices were made of pork. And there at the end of the cave, he was there. The Porkmaster. My quest ended that day, but my journey had just begun. Gochujang taught me about spicy sauce, And the Porkmaster taught me about the combination of meats, cheese, all on a tasty crust. You too can quest for this, if you seek the Porkmaster.
I'm Sam.
I'm Dave.
I'm TJ.
And thanks for reading with us.
Eat this.
And share this podcast with someone who's hungry.
Faturday Omaha.
Eat this.